Hello there. Hope you're doing well. So here the directions for question is answer the following question based on the information given below. As we have read the text and understood it, um, so let's go to the question and try to understand what this question point out here. So the question stated, what is the author's purpose in writing this passage? Right or not? So the question is what? Asking about the author's primary purpose in writing the primary purpose purpose in writing the passage. To answer this particular question, so what we need to consider the overall content, isn't it? So, and tone and the main argument presented by the author throughout the text, isn't it? So let's look into it. The author's purpose in writing this passage. So if you see that the first option said to convince that neuroscience has made significant progress in understanding the human brain, right? So if we see that this option suggests that the author is highlighting, right? Highlighting what? Highlighting progress, right? Highlighting progress in what? Progress in neuroscience, isn't it? However, if you see that this is incorrect because the passage is mostly uh, critical of current neuroscience approaches, particularly those relying on IP metaphor, IP metaphor, and doesn't celebrate any significant progress. So in that case, we consider that this is not the author's purpose in writing the passage. So, two, it's stated to convince about the limitations of current neuroscience approaches and to call for a new direction. Yes, this is what we talked about. So, to convince, right, about the limitation of current neuroscience approaches and to call for a new direction. So, because this option correctly captures the essence of the passage, right? Essence of the passage. The author critiques the current neuroscience approaches, such as the IP metaphor and brain brain simulation projects, and argues for moving in a new direction. This is, you can say, aligned with the author's purpose, with the as conveyed throughout the text, right? So we can take option two as our answer. Look into option three to convince about the prospective aspects of the human brain project, however gloomy. Now, this option is too incorrect because the passage does not project the human brain project in a positive light, right? So, positive light. Instead, the author describes it as a brain wreck and a misguided endeavor with no mention of any promoting or prospective aspects. So, hence, we can say option three is incorrect. Four, to give an overview of the challenges in brain research. Now, while the passage does mention some challenges in brain research, the author's purpose goes beyond just giving an overview. The author is calling, you can say that, for a new approach to understanding the brain, moving away from current methodology like the IP metaphor, right? Hence, we can say option one, three, four. uh, these are incorrect options because option one mm, stated in the passage about celebrating progress, which is incorrect. And option three, that misrepresents the passage by suggesting a positive outlook on the human brain project, which is also author criticizes heavily. And option four, which is not fully accurate because it doesn't capture the author's call for a new direction in research. Hence, we can take the best answer is option two, right? Where means the author's purpose as critiquing the current approaches in neuroscience and advocating for a shift away from outdated or flawed methodology or methods, specifically the IP metaphor. Hence, we can take option two as our answer. Hope you understood this. That's all. Thank